The Hell Let Loose Vietnam Medic doesn't peak when you unlock more equipment. It peaks when you stop using most of it. And after putting in more hours into the medic class, I've come to a rather strange conclusion. For the US team, I think the medic actually peaks at level 2, and for the NVA it's level 3. And the reason isn't the higher level equipment is bad, it's that the medic equipment system can actually get in the way of doing the one thing you're there to do: keep people alive. Let's start with the equipment itself. The problem is the way your items are assigned to your number keys. If Morphine is number 3, your brain starts learning. Down soldier, number 3, Morphine. Simple. That's muscle memory. But then you add smoke, or perhaps a grenade. Suddenly your equipment moves. Morphine now might be 4 or 5. And that creates a problem. Because when someone is laying bleeding out in front of you, you don't want to be thinking, hang on, which bloody number is the morphine? You want your hand all ready to know. And it gets even worse when you switch factions. The equipment positions aren't necessarily identical to the NVA and US. So you build up muscle memory for one faction and then discover the same item is sitting elsewhere completely different when you play the other. For a class that's supposed to react quickly, that's incredibly frustrating. Then there's communication. When I see a down player, I would love to be able to simply tell them, I'm coming. But currently, that's another interaction through the radial system. For a medic, I think it should be much simpler. If I'm looking directly at a down player, let me press the center mouse wheel. One press, medic is coming. That's all I need. No second selection, no wheel. But here's where things get interesting. After playing more hours last night as the medic, I started simplifying my loadout, and I realised something. I don't actually need all that stuff. My current kit is incredibly simple. Bandages, pistol, and that's basically it. And suddenly, being a medic becomes much easier. I don't have to remember where 5 different pieces of equipment have moved to. I don't have to spend as much time switching between items. I can concentrate on the battlefield and what's happening. I can concentrate on the casualty, and most importantly, I can react. Last night, one match, I revived 37 downed troops, but unfortunately, I got revived once. Now, I'm not saying that proves this is the perfect medic loadout. It doesn't. But it did prove something to me. The less time I spent managing my equipment, the more time I spent actually being a medic. And that's why I think the medic class doesn't necessarily peak when you unlock more equipment. It really does peak when you stop using most of it. Because at the end of the day, your job isn't carrying the biggest medical bag. Your job is very simple. Find the wounded, get to them, bring them back. And that's what the medic is for. Anywho, if you enjoyed this video, you may wish to know that I have a whole channel dedicated to playing as a medic for Hell Let Loose Vietnam. Okay chaps, if there's anything you'd wish to add about being the best medic you can possibly be, feel free to leave it in the comments below. Cheerio chaps. Buzz buzz. Buzz buzz.